everyone. My name is Ubaidullah, and this is Al-Huda, a Quran to Life companion built for the Quran Foundation Hackathon. The problem we wanted to solve is very personal to me. Many of us reconnect with the Quran during Ramadan, but after Ramadan, life gets busy, anxiety builds, and sometimes the Quran starts to feel distant again. I've personally gone through moments like being unemployed or anxious about the future where I wanted to help from the Quran but did not have the energy to research or search through resources or figure out where to begin. I just needed one ayah, one reflection, and one small action forward. This is what Al Huda is built for. Al Huda is not just a Quran reader, and it is not a fatwa system too. It is built around one simple idea: come as you are, find one ayah, reflect privately, and live one action forward. It is designed for young Muslims, students, early career professionals, people trying to rebuild consistency after Ramadan, and even people exploring Islam or trying to return to the Quran gently. To show the onboarding, I will go through and sign up as a new user. And to do that, I can either connect with Google or can just enter my email address. And this will send a magic link, and I can directly sign in from that magic link. Every user starts with onboarding. We ask for their name, their preferred rhythm, and the kind of journey they want to begin with. So, for the sake of this demo, I will give my information, and let's say I just want to reconnect after a strong season. And then I'm familiar with English, and I just want to start with the smallest 2 minutes, let's say. And let's say I want to start understanding Quran. And that's how I begin this journey. Now, Al Huda is custom trained on your specific interest and specific profiles. So instead of overwhelming the users, Al Huda gives them a guided pathways like reconnecting after Ramadan or understanding more clearly, mercy and hope, and beginner friendly reflection. This helps different types of users start where they are instead of just tailoring for them. The journey is personalized, but still simple. We're not asking users to do everything. We're helping them take one meaningful step. And that step can be taken every single day. Once they read the passage, they can write a private reflection for themselves. Let's say I write my private reflection as this is my reflection, this is my action. And this will be saved for each and every day's reflection. Finally, it will all be stored in your private journal, which we'll look into in some time. The second feature that we have is I'm feeling. This is one of our biggest differentiators. A lot of people have been participating in this hackathon and have been building something, but this key differentiator is something that makes us stand apart. People do not always come to the Quran in the same emotional state. Some days they're grateful, some days they're anxious, guilty, tired, or distant, or even trying again. In Al Huda, the user can simply choose how they're feeling. Let's say I'm feeling grateful, Alhamdulillah, and then I can see the ayah for that. Or maybe if I'm feeling hopeful, I can see an ayah for that. And then Al Huda will give them a relevant ayah with the Arabic and the translation, along with a general prompt and a small action. This is especially meaningful for someone who needs guidance, but maybe not know how exactly what to search for. This is the kind of feature I wish I really had during the moments when I was personally anxious about my future. Instead of scrolling endlessly or searching randomly, I could just come here, choose what I was carrying, and be brought back to an ayah. And then the third feature that we have is about the private journal. Let's say you have built up a habits of reflecting on each and every single ayah every single day. All of those actions and reflections will be stored in your own private journal. This is the second major differentiator, the private action journal. A lot of apps helps users to read. Al-Huda helps users to remember how they try to live from what they read. A user can save a private reflection and one real action like I will pray Isha on time tonight, or maybe I will call my mother, or I will pause before reacting in anger. So over time, this becomes a private record of how the Quran has shaped the user's actual life, not just what they read, but what they try to practice. This is why Al-Huda is Quran to life, not just Quran to screen. Right now, the only reflection that we see is the one that we just wrote in today's ayah, which is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah is merciful and be merciful towards others is the reflection that I had. And the small step, the action that we wrote for ourselves is read the translation slowly one extra time before moving on. Now, we'll be following this for every single day, and over the course of time, we'll be able to save all of the reflections in our private journal, which will be stored for our profile. Now, fine, and Al-Huda also includes this page, which is the third key differentiator for us. Users can search a topic, let's say, I feel anxious, and find Ayah. Now, they can search for any topic or any question or situation like patience, parents, salah, hijab, forgiveness, or anxiety. But we intentionally do not make this a fatwa bot. Al-Huda does not issue rulings or replace scholars. It simply points users back to relevant ayahs first. Right now, I just gave that I am feeling anxious, and if it gives me a few set of ayah from the Quran, which kind of reflects or helps me out to come out of that situation, or give me an answer to a question. Now, each results includes the reference, the Arabic translation, and a Quran.com link so that user can proceed further in their own research and study. The user can save it to their journal as well and turn it into a reflection or an action. Now, the other feature that we had was for the Quran Foundation API integration. This is a technical part of this demo. Technically, Al-Huda uses Quran Foundation Content API for chapters, verses, and translation. It also includes a Quran First Ayah Finder flow that returns relevant ayahs and translations through our backend. For authenticated user functionality, we implemented Quran Foundation OAuth with authorization code and PKCE and connected the Quran Foundation bookmarks user API through our backend. This means that Al-Huda is integrated with both the content API side and the user API side of the Quran Foundation ecosystem. Finally, our goal with Al-Huda is to help people build a lasting relationship with the Quran after Ramadan, not through pressure, guilt, or overwhelming dashboards, but through small, sincere steps. One ayah, one reflection, one action forward. That is what Al-Huda is. UF Connect. Here the user can connect their Quran Foundation account and test the user API integration through bookmarks. There are a lot of other features that we have built in so that the user's experience can be profound and they'll be compelled to come back enthusiastically and by themselves as well. Like few features like they can monitor their progress that they have been doing through all the past days. They can see the exact reflection if they've already signed up and they've already selected a pathway. Overall, the idea that we have for Al-Huda is that it's not just another Quran reader. It is a Quran to life companion. We're not trying to replace scholars or issue rulings. We're helping users start with the Quran first. The private journal, as you have seen, is where Quran engagement becomes live actions. Some people do not know the surah they need. They only know what they're feeling. And Al-Huda starts there. The goal is not to overwhelm the user. The goal is to help them come back by choice. This is Al-Huda for you. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.